What's up, guys? Welcome back to Among the Fence, my YouTube channel where I do music reviews. My name is Aaron, and it is time for New Music Friday, where I take a look at some of the new releases coming out for the week of January 14th. There's a lot of stuff coming out this week, and it's going to be quite overwhelming considering that we've had almost a whole month so far of just kind of empty weeks. There's been a couple of cool releases here and there, but not really a whole lot of big stuff. And if there is something really big, it's basically the only thing that anybody's looking forward to throughout the week, it seems like. So yeah, this is going to be an exciting week. We're getting back into it, starting out the new year right. And if you can't tell, I'm trying out a new camera thing, a little bit more of a blurred background. Maybe I like it, maybe I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So yeah, leave a comment below letting me know what you think of my new camera thing I have going on. Let me know if it looks stupid. Like I said, I haven't decided if I like it or not. The first thing on the list that I feel like just about everybody in the whole world has been looking forward to is Shadow of Intent's Elegy album. This is the only band so far that I've given a perfect rating to one of their albums, a 10 out of 10. So yeah, I'm very excited for this. I don't expect it to be as good as Melancholy, or I guess you could say like the same kind of thing as Melancholy. It'd be very hard for them to reproduce that again, but I mean, it is Shadow of Intent. It does have Ben Dur in it and fantastic musicians. So I don't know. Like I said, this is going to be a very overwhelming week. This is probably a very strong contender for album of the year, if not like deathcore, melodic deathcore album of the year for sure. We also have Fit for an Autopsy's new album, Oh What the Future Holds. Fit for an Autopsy is my favorite deathcore band. It's the band that actually got me into deathcore. After hearing it for many years, I decided to give Fit for an Autopsy a chance and listen to one of their albums, and I was blown away. And then after that, it just snowballed into, hey, you know what? Some of these bands are pretty cool. So I'm very much looking forward to this album. It is almost criminal, I would say, that Oh What the Future Holds is coming out at the same time as Elegy, just because they're two behemoth bands and they're going to be gigantic albums. And again, another very strong album of the year contender for me. I don't know if Oh What the Future Holds is going to be as good as Sea of Tragic Beasts, because that album is almost perfect. That one got close to getting a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. But I don't know, after hearing some of the singles, this thing it's pretty sick. There seems to be a lot more diversity and a lot more variety just in a couple of the songs that I have heard so far. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it very much. And keeping the theme going, we also have a new album from Enterprise Earth titled The Chosen. This is one of the few bands that they're a little bit, they're just a little bit too much for me. A little bit too technical, a little too, dare I say, brutal. I might try and do a review on it, but I don't know. I had a really hard time listening to more than like 3 or 4 songs off of their last album, Luciferus. So I don't know. Dan Watson is just absolutely insane, coming from Infant Annihilator, another band that is, again, just a little bit too much for me. In terms of technicality and just how crazy it is, it's just really hard for me to, it's just sensory overload, I guess. It's really hard for me to pay attention to it and really grasp what's happening. Everything kind of starts to become the same thing over and over again, and I just can't do it. I end up getting a headache from listening to it. So yeah, I might try and do this. I don't know, but I expect an absolutely insane album. Out of everything coming out this week, this is probably going to be the most brutal, heaviest, nastiest thing that we're going to get throughout the entire week. Maybe even the entire year. Who knows? Because Enterprise Earth is like top tier technical brutality. And we finally get Underoath's new album, Voyeurist. I'm not really expecting a whole lot from this album, if I'm going to be completely honest, mainly because 50% of this album has already been released to us. Most of these songs are kind of hit or miss. It's just a very weird situation for this album. We're only getting 5 new songs tomorrow, or I guess on Friday if you're listening to this later on. So we're not really gonna get a whole lot of new stuff to hear. It's kind of like Of Mice and Men's last album. We got 12 songs on that album, but 3/4 of that album was released earlier as EPs. So when we went back and listened to the album, it was all just kind of, it was just the same thing we've heard before. And I feel like that's what we're getting here. We're just getting an EP released to us since we've already heard everything else. And It's Underoath. They've fallen very far from where they used to be back in the early like 2000s and 2010s. Yeah, they become a very try-hard, kind of cringy band, but they have so much potential, and it does shine quite a bit through some of the songs that are on here, and some of the other songs are kind of just, it's just not quite there. So it does have a lot of potential to be really good, and honestly, I really hope it is. We also have a new album from Skillet titled Dominion. I feel the same kind of way about this album. I don't really expect a whole lot from it. And I personally like Skillet, but I also admit that they're not really the best and they're past their prime for quite a while now. It doesn't really help either that their fan base can be extremely aggressive too. I saw some of the reaction videos to some of the singles that came out, and if you have anything other than the highest praise for Skillet, if you have anything critical to say about them or anything that isn't just like praising them, basically, look out, because you're going to get eaten alive by the fan base. They do not handle criticism well whatsoever. And I'm honestly just assuming that this will be just stereotypical radio rock. I bet there will be some really catchy bangers throughout this album, maybe a couple songs here or there that are really good and stick, but nothing really super deep, nothing over the top musical, nothing that really stands out all that much. We also have new albums from Like a Storm and Pride Lands, and Lee McKinney is releasing his newest album, which it sounds like just more Born of Osiris stuff, which I'm totally okay with it because their last album is just, it's fantastic. We also have new tracks from Darko US, Buried Alive, and Ingested. I mean, the deathcore, death metal, the death realm of metal is just going to get bombarded with some of the best stuff that could possibly come out throughout this week. It's absolutely insane. And we also have new tracks from Korn and Knucklepuck as well. And that is going to be it for New Music Friday. There's so much stuff coming out, a lot of tracks. I tried to cover a lot of the standout stuff specifically in the albums. But if there's anything that I overlooked or anything that just didn't pop up on my radar that you're looking forward to, please leave a comment below letting me know what it is so I can give it a listen and the rest of us can listen to new music as well. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment below letting me know what I should review next. If you want to help support me and my channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. Doing any of those things helps me out tremendously, and I appreciate it more than you could ever imagine. Even just taking time out of your day to watch my video. Thank you so much. And hopefully I start busting out some of these albums throughout the weekend. I'm hoping to be able to do a review on all of it, but I don't know, there isn't that much time in a day anymore. So I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day or night whenever you're having to watching this, and I will talk to you guys next time. I was